Oh, we're live. We're streaming to the internet.
All right. Yes. The wonderful, beautiful, lovely, and oh so welcoming internet. We love the internet. I love the internet. The internet. I love the internet.
Yeah. So I was going to come down.
I hear some without knowing any details. I hear some sarcasm already.
Yeah, I was actually. You guys are all in San Diego. I was going to be down there for KubeCon, and KubeCon revoked my ticket, so I canceled my trip. So I guess we'll have to meet in person another time.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is fine because I was going to be juggling a book launch at the same time, so it just kind of freed things up. It actually simplified things for me. So.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it. I forwarded you. Well, yeah, or I won't say his name because I don't know if he wants to know. But some prominent tech figure suggested that you basically have a pretty good lawsuit against Linux Foundation because they publicly defamed you. So it might be worth pursuing because they are a foundation and they really don't have even half a leg to stand on. It would be a pretty slam dunk case, and they did publicly defame you and with no grounds. So
yeah, I've been talking to this particular person. I've also been I've been in Orlando all week for Microsoft Ignite.
Yeah.
So and the other thing is that I don't really want to do anything in anger. I want to do it because I feel right about it, but I think I'm going to at least see what kind of a case I have and then decide how to move forward from there. Because I have to, if I do it, I have to be willing to deal with the fallout from it too. So.
Yeah, I can't imagine there'll be much fallout from something like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, how could there be any more fallout than there is? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
you're already the only thing that I feel like it would actually produce less fallout, because it's one thing to pick on someone who they consider to be defenseless, but once you've shown your ability to stand up to a bully, it's much harder for them to bully you, because there's plenty of, I mean, and plus it also cracks open the, libel is a offense that you can seek compensatory damages for, and there's a lot of libel going on right now.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's a lot of individuals that could be crushed by the libel that they've put out. So.
Yeah, like I said, and I don't want to talk too much about it just in case I do decide to pursue a lawsuit.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm essentially going to go see what I've actually got some friends who have been pulling together all the info for me. So, because as soon as it came up, they're like, "We're gonna go screenshot everything." I'm like, "Okay."
Did you get into trouble as well? I know John was in some sort of trouble.
So essentially, and it's kind of funny here too, because so they sent me the email and said that they had revoked my ticket. And then I was just going to let it go, and then they tweeted to Twitter and basically were out there virtue signaling that they'd kicked me out of the conference, and I didn't feel like it was justified, so I basically pointed that out, and then everything cascaded from there. So, but if they hadn't tweeted, I wouldn't have responded. So yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of the deal there. Anyway,
so when the thing about a witch hunt, though, is that you have to name a witch. Thank you. Or you're a witch. So that's the thing about a witch hunt. It's also how mobs form, is basically you have a critical mass, and then the mob decides that a person is guilty, and then someone says, "Oh, wait a minute, this guy is not guilty," and then the mob descends on that person to make an example of them, and then everyone else standing around says, "Oh fuck, I guess I better choose a side." And let's see, I could choose a side of the two people being dunked in the lake to see if they're a witch, or I could choose a side of the people dunking them in the lake. I think I'll choose the side of the people dunking them in the lake.
yeah, I don't really want to say a whole lot more about the situation just in case it does wind up turning into a lawsuit. So, yeah, I mean, beyond that, I've had 13 podcast hosts quit at this point, either because they're scared or because they're, on the side of some of these people.
But I gotta say, AJ is a stand-up guy. I have major respect for that dude. He's a stand-up dude.
Yeah, we've been friends for 15 years.
Yeah.
And then I lost one sponsor, so, but that's it. And the sponsor is on one of the shows where I'm constantly having people come to me wanting to sponsor. So, I think it's just going to keep being business as usual. I really, I'll do the book launch. I'm getting a course together around the book. We'll keep doing all the other stuff that we're doing. And yeah, I mean, no big deal, right? I'll go to Harry Potter World on Microsoft's dime and ride some rides like I did last night.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I mean, I got frustrated for a while, but it didn't solve anything. And at the end of the day, I realized that I kind of blew a lot of it out of proportion in my head as far as how bad it was, and it'll be fine. So,
I mean, sometimes it just looks like that when you've got hundreds of people online attacking you and calling you names and saying that you're a bad thing. It looks a lot worse than it is, because those are the vocal minority, and it can appear that way. But yeah,
well, at this point, I'm so freaking busy just doing all the other stuff that it's it's like, oh yeah, it's interesting. And I had some people tell me, go on Twitter and see if you can find people who are different from you and get some perspective. And I've gone on Twitter and I see people living their lives, and whatever they think is obvious, I'm just not seeing it. So,
well, okay, here's the thing to understand about this whole re-education concept. I don't know if you saw the video I sent you on Evergreen School. I don't know if you guys have.
You sent it. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Yeah, watch that when you get a chance. It's a 3-part.
Like I said, busy.
Yeah. It'll be, well, while you're on the Harry Potter ride, you can watch, whatever. So.
No, that was last night.
Okay, but
I got tried butter beer.
Yeah, nice. But if you guys aren't familiar with Evergreen, you should definitely watch it. Everyone should watch that, because the reason why I say that is because this is not just like some incident that happened. It's not like it's just like some innocent thing. This is a planned series of attacks and an event. Like, this is an orchestrated mob, and they have an agenda, and it's no conspiracy theory. Like, you watch that video and you'll see exactly where this comes from, and the exact they do really strategic things like redefine vocabulary. Words are the most powerful things that we have as human beings. Words, if you control words, you control thoughts, and they completely redefine vocabulary. They completely flip the script, and these are all like strategic, planned, psychological tactics. So it's something that is definitely not an accident. It's not coincidental that people are using these words and attacking in this way. It's a very concerted effort to destroy Western civilization, like Western thought ideology. So and this scales up at many levels. The fact that it's in the tech sector is also not an accident. It started in the academics, in the higher education system, and then it moved to STEM and tech industry specifically to disseminate from there. So it's only going to get worse. But yeah, watch the video. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
I'll have to watch it. But yeah, I don't know if I have much more to say about this. So, what's everyone else working on?
All right. What are you? So we did what?
You can start, Manny.
Well, I think this is how it keeps going. But we were talking about, so we did what, $500 some in just the podcast from the podcast promotion?
Yeah.
It's not bad. Didn't even have to, other than just putting it in the podcast, there was nothing more we did.
Yeah.
So that was okay.
Yeah, I had a lot going on, and I could have probably put the show notes together better again, but I totally just missed it when it went out. So
That's still fine. I think we did okay,
yeah,
considering that there was nothing other than just an email, or not an email, just a podcast episode
yeah,
went out. I think we would have, if it was done properly for productivity one, we probably would have made more. Do you want to do an email campaign on this later on? I can write the emails for you.
yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'm trying to get my list warmed back up. So I'm probably going to be emailing them on my own for the next few weeks at least, just to get them used to hearing from me and things like that. And then we'll see where things go from there. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm planning on sneaking in like affiliate deals and stuff periodically if they're applicable to the message I'm trying to put out. So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, they might get pitched Interview Cake and a few others out there, and we'll see where we end up.
yeah, it seems like it was applicable because we got enough people to buy.
Yeah.
So I'll just, kind of write up the emails and send them your way, and you can let me know at least a couple of weeks in advance when you're ready to run them.
Yeah. Yeah, probably toward the beginning of the year, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
You guys planning something for the Black Friday sale?
Yeah. I'm already. That's basically what I'm planning for right now. I'm not really doing anything other than that. Well, I think everyone has a different strategy for it. What John is talking about compared to what I'm thinking about. What I'm thinking about is doing. So John has multiple products. I have multiple products. Satya, you just have one now, or two, or
Yeah,
three?
we will just do the courses. We will open the courses for enrollment.
But how many courses? Is it like one course?
It's three courses, but I'm going to keep it simple. You can buy one course at a time, or you can buy the 3-course bundle.
The 3-course meal.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's a funny one.
Couldn't help it. I kept hearing it.
That's funny. Yeah, so either separate 3 courses or the 3-course bundle. So that would be the simple thing.
Yeah, that's.
And how long do people usually have these Black Friday sale? Just one day, or is it over the weekend?
Just the day off. And
No,
then,
no,
The day off.
Well.
No?
Okay, so that's
Some
where
people
John
do
and I
Cyber
differ.
Monday too,
No,
so-
you go all the way to Cyber Monday.
Well,
That's-
that's where John and I differ, I guess.
So a deeper discount on, one option would be a deeper discount on Black Friday, and then you go up to Cyber Monday, right?
So the way I the way I did it last time and the way John did it last time were very different.
Okay.
So what I do is I offer a new deal every day for a different product. So Black Friday is a different deal, Saturday is a different deal, Sunday is a different deal, Monday is a different deal, and probably Tuesday is going to be another deal. All right?
Wow.
Yeah. I think what John did was just the same deal where he offered all of the products as one bundle for the 4 days. John, is that right?
Yeah, I did doing them all for $99.
Yeah.
So
And it was so there was nothing special for Black Friday. It was all the same deal throughout those 4 days.
yeah, I mean that's typically how the Black Friday sales work. Is that you do? I mean, some people do it where they have different things on different days and whatnot.
Right.
But I don't know. When we've done it in the past, I found it most effective to just run it for the full duration and just have one offer. That's a really good offer. Like that's the thing about Black Friday is Black Friday sales do better when they're quote insane offers, right? Something that you wouldn't normally get, something you wouldn't normally discount, because people know that, it's like, like think about like Best Buy ads, right? Best Buy is pretty famous for Black Friday, or Walmart, right? It's like, oh, this TV is going to be $50. It's normally $300 or whatever it is. And like for the first 50 people, and people line up around the building, right? But if it's like you're getting $10 off or 10% off something, which is a normal sale, no one's going to care. So it's, but with that said, regardless of what you do, you will just sell more on Black Friday, because it's just people are pulling out their wallets and they're ready to spend. It's just a weird phenomenon. Even if you didn't discount at all, you would still sell on Black Friday.
Right.
So here's the thing about Black Friday. I think the Best Buy deal or the Walmart deal that we see, the biggest deal that they offer, which is like ridiculously discounted TV or a ridiculously discounted computer, there's only 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 of them. And then what they really do is get people in the door to buy other things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Upsells that they make more money than in the discounted deal itself. So if there's a way to provide the discounted deal for the day or for whatever Cyber Monday or Black Friday deal, but then the upsells sell, I think that's more lucrative than just straight up one deal.
Well, it's for people who have multiple products, right? Then it makes sense that you give a deep discount on one product and get people in the door, right?
No, it's a different thing though. It's a different thing, because with Best Buy, you're talking about physical products. When you're talking about digital product, it just like, it doesn't matter. You're discounting it. You're getting people to buy that. It costs you nothing to get those buyers. So it's like, so if you offer them something else, it's unlikely. I mean, yes, you can upsell, but you're going to have a stronger case overall and make more sales by offering whatever you're offering all together as one offer at a deeply discounted price. It could be, multiple things, but the thing is that it has to be the deal. That's what gets people to go crazy.
So here's why I would disagree with this a little bit, because it's very hard to make a sales pitch for multiple products in one email, or even on a sales pitch or anything like that. It's very difficult to make a sales pitch of any kind when you do so many products. I've tried to do it, but with very little success on it.
I have a question real quick. So I'm going to be doing a launch for the book. I'm probably going to launch Max Coders alongside it, just as kind of something that you can upgrade to when you buy the book.
Nice.
But I'm going to be doing the launch about a week and a half before Black Friday. Should I do a Black Friday sale anyway, or just to kind of do a big launch sale through Black Friday?
You should do a Black Friday sale as well.
Yeah.
And you may
keep your launch separate.
You're probably on launching the book about a week before.
Week and a half.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If you're doing it a few days before, then I would say push it back or forward. But yeah, do Black Friday anyway.
Should I tell people I'm doing a Black Friday, or just do the launch and then come back at them and say?
I would just do the launch and then come back, because.
So are you going to offer the exact same thing?
Yeah, more or less. I guess I could add some other add-ons like coaching or something if they buy it a certain way or something. I don't know.
I mean, you have to have a good offer for Black Friday, right? And it has to be different than the first offer, especially if they're that close together. Otherwise, you could just launch the book for Black Friday. But I feel like that's a waste, because a launch and a Black Friday sale are two different beasts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And like, to address what you're saying, Manny, I think you've got a good point. But I would say that what you can do is typically what you're doing with that Black Friday sale is, and that's why you're making such a good offer, is people are already familiar with you and your products to some degree. That's who you're selling to primarily. That's why they care.
You're trying to get them over that edge.
And so you're really emphasizing the discount more than anything, not the actual features and benefits, because they already know about the features and benefits. They're at that, that customer scale of knowledge, and where they are in the information level. They're at the high end of knowing who you are, what you're selling, what the price is. And so, but with that said, you can have a bullet list of features, which are the actual products within the bundle, but price emphasis is the key thing. Exclude like time and price.
Launch is more about educating and
Yeah, that's
Black
fair.
Fridays. Yeah.
But the
But I
assumption we
am gonna
make a
launch
lot
to
of
a bunch
times
of
is
people who already know who I am. So
the assumption we make a lot of times as marketers is that because we launched and because we sent out those emails, that everyone on the list is now accustomed or knows about the product. But the funny thing is, like, so many people will just read about the product on that day when they
yeah,
buy. That's the first time they're looking at it, and they're like, "Oh, this actually makes sense. This is something I would use," and they end up buying the damn thing. So,
yeah,
yes, I agree that you could do, sell the benefits of all the different products at one go. But I think you could write much more targeted emails with those benefits and with a decent enough offer, but with a lot of upsells on the back end, make it work.
The problem though is that people aren't really. I mean, when people are buying on Black Friday, they're buying off of it's a feeding frenzy, right?
oh
That's
yeah,
more of the impulse. So they might not even be reading the email. They're looking for deals, discounts. People jump on to Amazon and Walmart.com on Cyber Monday and they want to see what is the deal, right? And they're buying shit that they don't need. And I mean, I don't know if you've done it, but I've bought a bunch of crap on Black Friday where I was like, why did I even buy this? I only bought it because it was so discounted. I have no use for this thing, but I bought it because it's 50% off and I know it's a good deal, right? In fact, one year I bought a bunch of shit and then I tried to sell it on eBay. And I was like, why did I create a freaking job for myself? And, I made like $500 with, 20 hours of my time, but
Sure.
that is a feeding frenzy. That's the thing you have to like. Other sales, other promotions, I agree with you 100%, Manny. But for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, it's like you gotta you gotta push the greed button. That's what that everyone's trying to snatch up what they can.
I love it. Push
yeah.
the green button.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's interesting. And here's the other problem with it. There are customers who have already bought 1, 2, or 3 of your products, but haven't bought the other products. So now when you offer them a deal like this, they're like, oh, I already bought these products. So
yeah,
that doesn't really make sense for me to go buy this. But if I just offer individual, these are the best customers, by the way, because they bought already.
Right,
They're
but
much more likely to buy.
those are not okay. So I've heard this argument many times, but if you look at your list and you look at the percentage of buyers in that list, right, as a total percentage of your list, it's a very small amount. And if you take that very small amount and now you look at historically the multiple purchasers, it's an even smaller little segment of that. And so the problem with that line of thinking is that you're basically saying don't do the most effective thing that's going to market and sell the most things to a majority of the list, which are the people who haven't bought yet, in order to cater to a small minority that will be turned off by the offer and won't buy a second product because they already have the first product. It just, the math doesn't work on it unless you had like a list where you had like 25% buyers on the list. Then I would agree with you 100%. But if you look at your list, if you have total on your list 2% buyers, I would be surprised. And if you had buyers that have bought 2 or more products that was more than 0.5%, I would be shocked.
Then you would be shocked with my list.
You have more than 0.5% that are double buyers.
Yeah,
that are multiple.
I have more than 10% buyers on the list.
Wow. Okay. So in your case, yeah, then maybe you're right. In your case, it might not be as effective. I still would bet though that selling to 90% of your list a better offer rather than a slightly diluted offer to 100% of your list would yield better results. But I could be wrong.
You can segment the list too, right? If you know who the buyers are,
you could have 2 offers.
Then you make the pitch of, here's a great way to start to the 90%, and then the other 10% is,
now you're doing both.
Yeah, why not?
Well, you might as well do that in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the most effective thing, right?
Good offer in the first place if that was the case.
Typically, how many emails usually are we talking about in this sequence?
I'm sending 2 emails a day for this whole period. I don't
John,
know.
what about Charles?
Right now I've just been sending 1 email a day, but I've never done a Black Friday sale before, so
Okay.
I don't
How about
know.
you, John?
I would say
Yeah.
2 emails a day, every day makes sense. I'm going to leave it up to, I'll probably influence him a little bit, but my affiliate manager now that's running the affiliate program for Simple Programmer, but I'm assuming that Fritz will run 2 a day. That's what I would run. It makes the most sense.
A lot of people are also doing Cyber Tuesday these days. Have you noticed that?
It's just extending for
Yeah,
forever.
the Thai Lobe special.
I'm just
Yeah.
going to do Cyber December.
Every day is a sale day.
Yeah.
And your
Right.
list will go down to 0 by the end of Cyber December. You will have made all the money you could have made.
Do people also pin this offer from the, like, it's still a few days away, but a few weeks away. Do you actually pin the offer to your Twitter or something so that people keep reminded that this is coming from now on? No?
Like if you're Best Buy or something like that, then I mean, in I don't know, it might be worth a test, but I can't imagine
Yeah.
that people really care. Like they know that they're going to get a bunch of offers in their email.
Well,
Right.
people don't see your
What-
pinned tweets unless they're constantly going and looking at your profile. So unless
What-
there's a reason that's going on.
Well, so putting, not just pinning your tweet, but also putting on top of your website or something like that, that, you know,
Yeah, that you-
Black
that
Friday
you
sale
can
is
do.
coming.
It's coming, or
I don't know if I would do it on the sale is coming. You
Maybe
probably want to
on-
prime them
I
another
mean,
way.
my course is closed, so there is no option. So it's not like they
Oh.
can buy now.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
you're in a
convert
different
sales.
spot. Then yes,
Yeah.
yeah, you want to drive people. You're essentially doing a soft or a hard launch.
You
So
should
Right.
send
yeah,
an email.
in your case, it looks like a launch. So you're going to want to let people know it's coming in pretty much any way you can.
You
Right.
should send an email too ahead
Yes.
of time, like maybe even 2 emails saying, "Hey, you know, something big is coming on Black Friday. Like, check your inbox." Like, to put a mystery in it. Don't tell them what's going to happen. Just tell them, "Hey, you know, this
That's
is
a
your
good point.
chance. Like, this is going to be the best sale you've ever seen," or you know, something to create
Yeah.
some mystery and just say, "Make sure you check your inbox. Make sure you've whitelisted me." You know.
so and you can add to this, like in a sense, you can build up the product without actually doing any discount. So all the products that you have over the next 2 to 3 weeks, you can literally build those up, like in the sense, sell the product without actually selling the damn product.
Okay.
In the
Got
sense,
it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
educate people on.
Yeah.
Okay, got
Exactly.
it.
yeah,
Yes,
like a
educate,
free
educate,
launch.
that's a good
educate.
idea.
It builds up their demand, and some people will want to. So send emails that will educate them a lot on specific products, and do that for the whole 3-week period. So, or 3 weeks from now, so that when you open the doors on from 3 weeks from now, they'll be much more likely to buy everything because they're now already educated.
Yeah.
And maybe also create another list of people who are specifically interested in the Black Friday deal. You know, people are already.
You're gonna send the email to everyone, right? Non-customer.
I will, but you know, there is an emphasis on people who really want it.
Yeah, I'm doing that with the book, right? So I'm working on putting together a landing page. I'll probably have it up on Monday, which is a week and 1 day before the book launch. And I'm going to be tweeting a whole bunch of content from the book. I'm also on Monday afternoon, I'm planning on sitting down and recording the audiobook so that I can get that into Audible.
Wait a minute. You think you're going to record an audiobook in one afternoon?
Heck yeah.
How many pages is your book? How many words is your book?
I don't remember how many words it is. It's about 150 or so pages.
So like maybe 40K or 50K words?
I think it's closer to 60K, but yeah.
That's a lot of words for a page.
I don't know about that, Chuck. I don't know about that. I've recorded a couple of audiobooks.
Yes, I am aware.
How much does
Yes.
it take? How much time does it take? Per
Well,
page?
the first audio book that I recorded, the soft skills one, was 13 hours of finished audio.
Right.
Yeah.
That was at the end. The other one was 26 hours.
Of finished audio. How much
Yeah,
time
finished
does it
audio.
take to record?
Those books are longer than mine is.
It took me, well, yeah, they're longer, but it took me a week just to record the audio. And that was like recording 4 hours a day. And
So double the time.
You can't
That-
record
that
8
might
hours
be
a day,
optimistic.
by the way,
But-
unless you're Tony Robbins. Like your voice will go after 2 hours. So
Right.
I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to make you, be prepared.
Well, yeah.
Plus you
But
have to do a
like
lot of
the-
editing, right? So I don't know, well, I mean, you'll probably have an editor to edit the audio, right?
Yeah.
You've got that lined up. Okay.
But
Yeah.
what I think I'm looking at here is I'm going to be putting up audiograms. I'm going to be putting up, stuff that's going to drive people back to that landing page. And so I'll have a separate list that specifically people who are in on the book launch, they'll get a different warm-up sequence heading into the book sale or the book launch. And then I'll just let them know, okay, the book is launched. Here's where you get it. I'll push them kind of hard to buy it and leave a review. And then I'm going to just let them know, hey, look, you're going to go on the regular list and this is the kind of stuff you're going to get.
Yeah. And what you really want to do with your buyer, like your pre-buyer list for the book, what I'd recommend that you do is about a couple of weeks before the launch, probably even around now time frame.
Yeah.
You should be sending them some emails with some instructions and giving them the early version of the manuscript and some kind of bonus, basically talking about your plan. Like you're part of the launch team. Like this is what we're going to do for the launch. We're going to make this. And then what you really want to do is you want to encourage them. Maybe you give them a copy of the book now and you say, if you like the book, this is what I'm requesting that you do. Like buy it on launch day. Everyone, we're trying to buy it all together and then leave a review. It's really important that you leave a review, otherwise this won't work. And this way you'll get verified reviews. And then what you want to do is on launch day, you want to get as many people as possible buying the book on Amazon.
Yeah.
A single version of the book that you on Amazon so that it climbs up the ranks of the chart. You really want to put that book either free or 99 cents. Now, if you do
the guy that I'm working with on this, he said to put it as free the first day.
Okay, then what you want to do is you want to take your launch day and you want to back up before it and put it for free for a day or two before the launch day.
Okay.
Because on launch day, you want it to be paid. And the reason why is that because you can gain some traction with it free before the launch day, but there's two lists in Amazon. There's free books and there's paid. And ranking in free does not rank you in paid, but it can give you momentum because people are seeing it and it gets advertised on the free book sites and whatnot, and it shows up in searches and you can get some reviews and downloads. But when you launch the book, it needs to be paid. That's why I said 99 cents so that it can go up the ranks in the paid chart. And that's where it matters ultimately. So you just want to make sure
I
that
may
you
push people because the plan was to list it in Amazon for free on the 19th. So what I may do is I may just, let people know that the book launches on the 20th.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yep.
So we got the 99 cents.
Yeah. Don't advertise the free. Do not advertise the free. Just put it out there.
Yeah.
And don't tell anyone. And then tell everyone the launch on the 20th. And, and that's when you send out the link and But the goal is your only goal is to as high as you can get on Amazon on the rankings. That's the key because that will determine the long time, the longevity, the actual sales of the book in the long run, because that it's a self-perpetuating, system, right? So,
yeah. Anyway, Satya was asking if you make two lists, and so I was trying to answer that question. I wasn't trying to, but I appreciate the coaching on it.
Here's one part of it. If you're gonna create a separate list, the only way you actually use it is if you send them more emails than other people.
Or you give them a special discount for being before Black Friday, you give them a discount. A coupon code or something.
Yeah, but why would you do it and not just give it to everyone?
You would do loyalty, right? That people will, and it's not just this Black Friday, right? People get
like insiders access kind of thing.
Yeah,
where you're making them feel like, hey, look, you're my people, you're special, blah blah blah.
The only problem is you could tell everyone that, like, you could be like Casanova and be like, oh, you're the only one. I love you.
No. So this is only for people who And you can even be upfront and say when they sign up for this, that if you want very special discount, then sign up.
Yes and no.
They don't know. They have no way of knowing that you've only sent it to them, right? I mean, it's not like they're like checking. You see what I'm saying? It's not like they're gonna be like, hey, Joe, did you get the special email? I got the Satya sent me. He says he loves me the best. So I don't know. Yeah, I got the same thing. Yeah, that two-timing bitch.
No,
I can't believe he did that shit.
I was thinking more along the lines of like if you had like a Slack for your super fans or something like that, right? Where they all kind of congregate anyway, and you said, "Hey, look, guys, wink, wink. Here's your special discount code."
There's the other problem with it, the law of conversions in marketing. What I mean is, every time you send an email, even if people raise their hands, they've forgotten about that shit. Just because they raise their hand doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
so the day you send those emails, you still see 2 or 3% clicking that email. And you're like, hey, shit, what happened?
Yeah.
All those people who said they would take the discounts, what happened to all of them? Maybe 10, 20%, but it's not going to be 100%. So you're still going to lose the conversions.
Right. So when I did my very first course launch, in that case, I had sent out a questionnaire. So all the people who answered the questionnaire, they were sent a special discount right before. This was like a day before, the night before, so that they could use the special discount. And there was a huge conversion on that list because, it was about 600 people, and I don't know, the conversion was about 200 people had signed up from that list.
But here's the question. See, I that makes sense, and I don't dispute that at all. But if you sent that same thing to more than the 600 people, to the entire list, including the 600 people, same wording,
would the conversion be even more?
Yeah. Now, out of that 600, it would have been the highest because they were primed. They specifically said, "I want this," and you gave them what they said they wanted. But overall, you would have made more money. That's why I'm saying it doesn't make sense to have the two lists, because you would always do the most profitable thing. So
right. Well, so in my case, at that time, I wanted to give them special discount just because they had filled out this questionnaire. I mean, the feedback form that I wanted. But yes, you're right. If you leave aside, if you think only in monetary terms, then it may be actually a better idea to send it to a bigger list, right? But in the long run, there are a few people who will give you feedback and feel special and those things. So it nurtures a community. That okay, this is the special group, right?
It's if they have some way of looking around and saying, hey, I'm part of the special, like they have to be able to see the other people and then see the other people that are standing on the other side of the line that are not the special group. Otherwise, so it doesn't.
In my email, I had sent that you're receiving this special discount because you had filled out the questionnaire.
Right. That's I think that's yeah. I mean, I suppose that could kind of create that.
Right.
I'm not sure how strong that level.
Yeah, because they have no way of knowing that somebody else who got the discount code didn't fill out the questionnaire.
Well, so no, there was a way in my case because the email was sent out, and the email was sent out. It was open to them but if you went to the site, it was not open. So if you actually did that investigation, you would find out that okay, the course was actually not open when they had access to it.
Right. Now, what would actually definitely work would be if you did that, right? You sent the questionnaire, people know that they had the option to fill it out. You sent the special discount to the people that did fill it out, but at the same time, you sent an email to the people who didn't fill it out and say, this is the email I sent to the people who did fill it out. This is the discount that they got. Sorry you missed out, but maybe next time. Now that would be
up that FOMO a little bit.
that I would argue would definitely be effective.
Well,
the other one I can't argue.
It could backfire.
It could
backfire because you could have people not buying.
It could
once
backfire.
The launch opens, they'll be like,
yeah.
I think simplicity wins in most cases.
Yeah.
Usually.
So that's another thing I wanted to ask. The simplest way, I think, John, is So you suggested that the simplest way is to have the same deal throughout this 4-day period, and that's it. And probably I would say that if you don't have time, like I don't have much time because of, I'm creating the courses also. So maybe that is the one I should prefer because it is the simplest one, will take the least amount of effort also, right? That has to be accounted for as well.
I think so. I mean, that's my opinion on it. I mean, we were, just to give an example. So last year for Black Friday, Josh and I were trying to figure out what to do, and neither of us really planned it out well. And our sales were tanking. Like we went from like 20K a month revenue in product sales to like 4 or 5 or less than that, maybe even, right? And so we're like, okay, well, what can we do? So we're like, okay, well, let's just sell everything for $99. So we took all the courses, we bundled it all together, made
Josh
a
did not agree
shitty,
with it.
huh?
Josh did not agree with it.
No, he did agree with it. It was a large part of his plan, actually.
Oh.
And we made a shitty sales page. I mean, it was not good at all. Like, it was literally like it didn't even have it. It was not a sales page at all. So it just had a buy button, right? And we sent out emails for Black Friday, and I think we only did it for like 2 days that time, and we did $20,000 in sales in those 2 days, which is pretty insane considering the how much that the list was already not being as effective as so.
Okay.
So it was pretty damn effective. I was shocked. I was like, wow, that's insane that we sold that much.
So one other question about tools. These are amateur questions I'm going to ask, but landing page tool, what do you, lead pages, is it good enough, or do you suggest some other landing page creator, like the sales page creator? And then the other one is the cart solution, SamCart versus this, other cart. Manny, what was that?
Thrivecart.
Thrivecart.
I definitely do not suggest Teachable if you're going to have any kind of upsells. But if you don't have upsells, who cares? Just do the cart you have.
Okay.
Doesn't even matter. It's only when upsells are involved that I would worry about cards.
Okay.
But if you don't have upsells or even bumps, and everyone should have a damn bump, because that's like 25% revenue sitting right there, which you are not tapping into, even if it's just, I don't know, John, in your case, what bump you could have, but damn, there should be a bump.
Yeah. Maybe I'll talk to Fritz about about some kind of a bump. That's a good. Yeah. I don't know what it could be, but yeah.
It's literally like every single time I've done so much now.
Yeah.
Bumps. I guarantee it's 25% revenue every single time, no matter what kind of promotion you do.
It makes sense. I mean, it's just you got another bullet in the gun to sell again.
Yeah, even if it's just a freaking another set of interviews you did, or set of videos that have been cut down to just the basics of that, whatever it is, a bump. So yeah, you don't need anything if you're not going to do a bump or an upsell, Satya. I think Teachable allows you to create a bundle, right? If you're going to
do this is not through Teachable, right? We created our own platform using OpenEdX because we wanted. That's another. Well, the thing is that you cannot create a technical course. With marketing course, Teachable is great. I mean, the coding. So the level is so different. I spend $10,000 a month on my platform. I used to spend $100 a month, right? So the level is completely different.
Yeah. Well, you're doing coding inside of your.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
And there was, we explored it. It had to be something like this if we want to compete with, Coursera and Udacity, right?
So they don't have a card solution?
Well, OpenEdX has, they have a card solution. You can take, payments there. I was just wondering, what are the benefits of Thrivecart and SamCart? And you're saying that there are no benefits if I'm not doing upselling.
Well, what are you using now? You already have a sales page, right?
So we first did it using Kickstarter, right? And the same product I have not sold again after the Kickstarter.
So you don't have a sales page for this product?
No,
oh, okay.
No.
But you have a sales page for your other. What are you using for your other product? for sales
That
page
was
and cart.
Teachable. The previous course was on Kickstarter, or was on Teachable, which
Are you
I'm
still
going
selling
to.
it?
No, I've turned it off. That I'm
Okay,
not
so this
selling.
is the only thing you're doing now, but it doesn't have a sales page. It
Right.
doesn't have a backend solution.
But, and I
Parts
have,
of-
with OpenEdX, all the Stripe and PayPal integration is there. The question is, do I get any benefit? But it's very basic. You just buy, you click a button, you buy it, right? The question is, do I get any benefit of having a separate cart solution if I'm not
Yeah.
upselling?
If you don't have a good looking cart, then you definitely need a cart. If you're gonna have to
Okay.
design the cart from scratch and put like name and email address and all of those things,
Got it.
if you
Got
don't
it.
have that, I
Right.
think Tricart and Samcart have already done all of that work for you in the sense they've taken
Good looking.
best cart solutions with their testing and given you the best
Okay.
cart.
So now the question is, the other question is, among the two, which one do you think is better?
Samcart is way more expensive. Tricart is just a one for one.
600
one
bucks
time.
or so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure to use my affiliate link.
Yeah, I have your affiliate link.
Hey, I'm gonna call here.
But yeah, I mean, Thrive themes we use for like the Thrive architect for the landing page builder.
Yeah.
For the most part, and then yeah, as far as shopping cart solution, I'm using for the most part, I'm using WooCommerce, so my own shopping, like self-hosted one. But
Right.
But any of the major ones would work fine. But
You can
trying to
also
think-
go the membership route with like MemberPress and things like that too.
if you're throwing up something quickly
Quickly, yes, that's the keyword.
Here's what I would do. This is what I would do. It might not be a popular sentiment, but I'll say it anyway, is I would go on Upwork and I would hire someone who's a ClickFunnels expert, and I would just have them set up a landing page, a sales page, and shopping cart on ClickFunnels, because then you can have upsells in there very easily. And they can design the page for you, and it's pretty easy. Like there's so many people that have that skill set. That's what I would do.
Okay. So you think that a lot of people have that kind of skill set, like ClickFunnels and others?
Yeah, ClickFunnels is probably right. There's probably more
used tool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little harder to find someone that can do maybe like the Thrive architect stuff, and then you've still got to figure out how to get on a WordPress site if you don't have a WordPress site and whatnot. It'd be better to have something that's like all done for you, or you could just put out an Upwork job request and say, use whatever you want. This is what I want. I want a sales page with a shopping cart. I'd probably be more specific, just because you get into the complexity of it, and
yeah.
But
okay. Yeah. Time to look at those things. It's been so busy, and it's almost funny that this is probably the most important thing in terms of, if you don't make the sale, then what do you have?
Exactly.
And things are getting in the way of doing this.
Yeah, you might consider having someone. I mean, probably a good role for you to hire would be like a marketing manager, someone who has some mild, a little bit of design skills, can write copy, and can schedule sales and promotions and all that stuff, like a digital marketing type of person. And then maybe they hire out, for some of the detailed design work.
Is it a person you hire, or is it an agency you hire?
A person.
Okay.
I mean, some people would argue that I would not hire an agency for this role at all. I feel like they're gonna not, like, if you have someone that's working exclusively for you on this, it's a better situation, right? Especially someone that has some copywriting experience.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I've hired, like, some folks are actually part of agencies on Upwork, and yeah, you wind up spending more overhead if it's just a quick small job. The agencies are overkill. You're gonna you're going to pay for a whole machine that you don't need.
Right. Guys, I need to leave now. Unfortunately, I have a meeting I need to drive to.
Yeah, I've got to
So-
pack my stuff up and get out of this room. Cost me $20 to stay in here another hour. So
Okay. All right, let's
Okay.
wrap it up. Do you want to do thoughts or?
Uh,
All
Chuck,
right.
you want to start?
yeah, I'll do a thought. So basically my thoughts, just with everything that's kind of been going on the last couple of weeks, is that, you know, don't let it get to you. I mean, you know, I did get a little discouraged at a couple points, and then it turned out that it wasn't nearly as bad as I had kind of made it out to be in my head, and then I was okay. So, you know what? Stuff happens. Sometimes it's your fault. Sometimes it's other people's fault. Sometimes it's your fault because you stepped into something and other people reacted. I'm not sure exactly where all of this stuff falls on all that, but you know, regardless, you know, I made some choices. I have to live with the consequences, but don't freak out about the worst case scenario, because that's almost never the case. And, you know, so yeah, I had like 2 periods of like minor freak out. And then I realized that it just wasn't that bad. And so, you know, and then I got to go ride Harry Potter rides and life's good. So, yeah.
Mine is pretty similar. I was going to say harden the fuck up. It's a good message. It's a good one to instill in your mind, to learn, to reiterate to yourself every single fucking day that shit is going to happen to you and you're not going to be in control of it, and you just got to deal with it and just like not take it so personally, and just think life is a movie. It's an adventure. If it has plot twists, it has it has unlikable characters, it has lovable characters. It wouldn't be so fun with if it just was just going up and up all the time.
Right.
So that's what it is. That's what we signed up for. Well, I guess we didn't sign up for it, but we haven't opted out yet. So we're here for the ride.
It's
So.
true. I'm just going to pile on that for a minute. I mean, even the kids shows where you think, you know, you just want to show them puppies and unicorns. They all have plot. I mean, you know, the stakes aren't super high in like the little kid shows that my 3-year-old watches, but they still have a problem and you know, some anxiety over how it gets solved, and then they solve it.
Yep.
And yeah, so no matter what, you're going to run into some kind of adversity. So get used to the idea.
Yeah. So my closing thoughts, I broke my molar tooth.
Oh no.
It broke 2 days back.
God, that's some good kissing, man.
Yeah, so this is slightly swollen. So my thought about that is, you know, when you get into the situation where there is a chance of self-pity, you know, at least one day that, you know, butcher or dentist, you know, same thing. After I came back from the dentist, I felt like, you know, there's a chance of self-pity. And the way to mitigate that is, there are 2 ways, right? One way is to keep saying that positive things. And that almost doesn't work because if things go south, then you need a very high dose of positivity, right?
Right.
Oh, things are going to, no, this time it's going to be fine. The pain is going to go away in one day. So it doesn't work very well. But there is another way of thinking about it. You could go the negative way. You could say that, oh, things could have been worse. I
Right.
still have 4 limbs, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So things could have been worse. And so now you're saying that your situation is already good, right? It's not like it is going to get better, that it is already pretty decent. You know, bad things happen, but it is pretty decent. So there's not much to fuss about. So that was my thought. I got to leave now.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
talk
me
to you
too.
guys later. Okay, bye-bye.
All right,
Bye.
guys. All right. See you guys next week.
Yep.